What was the happiest moment of your life so far? Winning a very prestigious, hard-to-get scholarship for my master's degree 2 years ago. I lived in a small town in a developing country in South America and would have never been able to pay for graduate school, less so abroad UK in a top 10 world-ranked university. Update and some more info. Thanks everyone for the awards and comments. This was my very first comment on Reddit and I'm so happy about everyone's support. A little more info for those who asked. I'm from Colombia. The field I'm in is development and international cooperation. My bachelor was in political science, and the scholarship was Chevening, awarded by the British government. I highly recommend anyone who wants to pursue graduate education to check it out. It is a great opportunity for those of us in developing countries. Thanks again. Maybe this is weird, but I feel like most of my happiest moments happened very randomly. I wasn't doing something special like graduating, even though that was also a very happy moment, or kissing my boyfriend or something. I was just there standing on a mountain, taking in the view, or laying on the couch, the love of my life beside me laughing about a stupid meme. And then all of a sudden I get this rush of gratitude for all that I have and that enormous sensation that life is so beautiful and precious. Can't really explain it, but it feels amazing. When the brain surgeon called down to the waiting room after over 12 hours of no communication whatsoever to tell me that my husband was out of surgery, had no facial paralysis as a result of the surgery, and that his tumor had been completely removed. Honestly, just him being alive was enough. Him coming out from under the knife as a best-case scenario was icing on the cake. I live overseas and didn't get a chance to visit my family across the world for 3 years. The excitement when I walked out at the airport and see my family gathered will always be one of my best memories. And coming home and our family dog was crying so loudly because she was so happy to see me that the neighbors came to check whether everything was okay. I love home. Super shitty years spanning 2018 and 2019. I wanted to admit myself to the hospital for depression, suicidal ideation. Last October 2019 I ran the Chicago Marathon after a doctor in July told me I couldn't, unrelated to running knee injury. During that race, I feel in my heart there was an angel waiting for me around mile 15 to 16. A petite lady, by herself, pale, somber, alone, holding a sign that said, "The world is not better off without you, #suicide prevention." I crossed that finish line faster than any other marathon I'd run before and collapsed in tears at the end. The weight of the past 2 years just poured out of my heart and finishing after the injury. It was an overwhelming moment and one of my happiest, proudest days of my life. When I finally left my abusive boyfriend. Meeting my best friend of over 20 years at the time, we had no idea what we would mean to each other and the things we would go through in our lives while remaining friends. I like that in that moment I just thought I made my first senior school friend, not that I made my lifelong thick and thin, 3 a.m. phone call friend. Even now we have SOs, full-time stressful jobs and other adult commitments, we still make time for each other. I've had a few. I was there when my nephew was born, and I cried so many happy tears that while my sister was in labor and pushing him out, she stopped to ask if I was okay. It was gross but beautiful when he came out. When I found out I had passed my degree. I had a lot of personal stuff go on in those 3 years, hardest 3 years of my life, and to have got a good grade at the end of it, I was so proud of myself. Meeting my partner. We had talked online for 8 months. I had just come out of a really bad relationship when I met him and he was a breath of fresh air. When we finally met in person at the airport, that was amazing. Also when he got the grades to be able to study in my country so he could move here. We have been together 8 years ONOW and get married next year. I love our little life together. Being with my friends. My last relationship, he was very controlling and I lost all my friends. When we split up, I made an effort to rebuild my relationship with them. I see them a lot now, we're very close and I am so happy when I'm just with them. When I was 17 and the result for medical entrance exam came and I got selected for admission to medical college. Never felt happier in my life, because never before I had worked that hard and got results for my efforts. going on an early morning jog through a little Irish village and up through rolling green fields full of sheep. Visiting Ireland was my dream, and that moment was all about taking every single second of it in and feeling the clean cool air in my lungs. I passed a house that had a cow standing in the front yard, just watching me go.